Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back finally to another horror movie review. First I want to apologize for being gone for so long. I'm just was finishing up school and stuff and I was getting real busy, but I will have an Evil Dead Rise review for you guys soon. I did go and see that. You'll see my thoughts on it later in a video. But until then, I am starting a new franchise for the summer. And it is quite fitting because this takes place at a summer camp. This franchise is pretty well known, and I think a lot of you might enjoy it. Some of you might not, but I think most of you will. And that franchise is the Friday the 13th franchise. The edition I have here is the Scream Factory box set that came with all 12 movies. As you can see, it's pretty big. Yeah, 12 movies. I'm missing the first one because I got it right here. But this box set is definitely truly cherished. Of course, it's not in the best condition. It's got a little indentation right here, but the movies work. I have the copies for the other movies that had issues in case. I'm just glad they all work and are in really good condition. This box art is very nice, and there goes my movies. Okay. Anyway, this box art is very, very nice. You get all the Jasons with it, and it also comes with a little book here, which I might read later. As you see, it's got part 7, part 4, part 3, part 9. Is that part 9? I can't tell. I know that's part 6, Jason, and part 5. So, yeah, you do get a lot of detail in this box art. Oh, here we go. It's on the side here. There's part 9, part 9, the remake. And here is part 2, Jason. So, Friday the 13th box set. The movie I'll be reviewing today, though, is the original movie, which came out in 1980. Friday the 13th, part 1, or just Friday the 13th. What is it about? Friday the 13th opens up with a summer camp, which takes place in 1958. A couple of counselors, or a group of counselors, are singing around the campfire, playing guitar, and two of the camp counselors, a guy and a girl, they give real lovey-dovey with each other. And they take off from the other counselors. They go into like a barn area or like this repair shack, whatever. And they start making out, kissing, all that. But as we're seeing this, we're actually in the point of view of somebody spying on them. Eventually they climb up the stairs, see what they're doing. And while the male counselor tries to explain what was going on, he gets stabbed and killed. And then eventually the girl gets killed, but it's in a freeze frame. Then we cut to 1979 or 1980, and the Camp Crystal Lake is getting reopened after the 20-something years. It's being opened up by Steve Christie. He hires a group of counselors to make sure to get the place ready for everything. Make sure all the kids are ready, or not all the kids are ready. Make sure all the stuff is ready for when the kids come in the couple weeks from now. And we first cut to this girl named Annie. She's actually going to be the cook. And when she asks directions for the place, everybody stops what they're doing and they're like, why would you want to go there? Of course, she eventually does get a ride, but they critique her on why she should quit. How much of a bad place it was, the couple murders that happened. But she does eventually get near the camp. But while this is going on, we cut to another group of counselors. One of them is played by Kevin Bacon, who you might recognize from the Tremor franchise. I believe this is like one of his first movie roles, if not the first movie role that he had been in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one that he has been in. Him, his girlfriend, and Ned, they're all driving to the camp. Then we also get introduced to a couple more people: Bill, Maddie, and Alice. While they're getting ready, everything set up, a policeman comes by, says he's looking for a guy named Crazy Ralph. We had met Crazy Ralph earlier in the beginning of the movie. He's not like a bad guy or anything. He's just like that superstitious old guy. And, of course, he does appear, tells them that they're all doomed, they should leave while they still can, and he drives away on his bike. Nobody thinks anything of it. Then, we get to see this mysterious figure walking around the camp and spying on them. And eventually, during the night, one by one, they get picked off by the killer. Friday the 13th is definitely trying to cash out on the Halloween franchise. It had just started in 1978 with John Carpenter's Halloween. A little bit of backstory behind this first movie. Sean S. Cunningham had contacted Victor Miller, and his exact words were, "Hey, Halloween did such an amazing job. Let's cash out on it and make a ripoff of it to cash in on the idea." And Victor was like, "Okay, what do we call it?" And he goes, "Friday the 13th." And that's how the whole franchise began. So you can blame Halloween for the inspiration of this franchise. The whole cast and crew behind this movie, I did see some behind the scenes footage. It looked really cool. You get Tom Savini as the practical effects and makeup effects. He did a really solid job in this movie. Probably one of his best makeups, practical effects jobs, other than Dawn of the Dead, of course, and Day of the Dead. The camp counselors themselves, most of them I enjoyed. There were a couple people that I just didn't really get to know all that well. Ned was kind of annoying. Alice was probably my favorite. Either her or Bill were my two favorite ones. I just didn't really dwell too much on Kevin Bacon's character and all the others. But definitely Alice and Bill were like my two favorite characters in this movie. The movie itself, I definitely don't consider this the greatest of the franchise. It's probably going to get better, but you can definitely tell this was just like a whole cash in on Halloween. It's definitely a Halloween ripoff. Now, it does have its own premise, don't get me wrong. It's not like a whole ripoff of Halloween. But you can definitely tell that they wanted to like cash in on the idea and stuff like that. The final climax to this film and the reveal of the killer was kind of underwhelming, if I gotta be honest. The killer's reveal, which you guys probably know, but if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it. It is very underwhelming, and you don't really get much depth and detail on who this person is. It's just out of the blue, you know, and then when they do get introduced, you pretty much know that they're the killer. I mean, you can tell by the way they act. I'm not going to say who it is, but just so you know, it is kind of underwhelming. But yeah, this movie was definitely solid for its time. You can definitely tell it was low budget. I believe it was made on like $700,000, and it made like $40 million at the box office, which is pretty damn good. The franchise does get better after this. It has been a while since I've seen this franchise, but I will get some flashbacks when I do take a look at this review. This is going to be such an awesome ride for me and for everybody else. I really hope you guys enjoy it. But that has been my review on Friday the 13th, 1980. Pretty average film, if I got to be honest, but it's not bad. I definitely think you'll get an enjoy out of it. Definitely nostalgic feel. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 7, 7.5. It's not my favorite slasher film, but it was pretty alright for its time, and I enjoyed it. But this has been my review on Friday the 13th. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear everyone's thoughts on it. It does come with a slipcover, by the way, but I am keeping the original movie poster. I don't want to switch that out. I do think this one's a little better. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the film. Please make sure to tell me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next movie review. God bless, and have a good night. Bye, everyone. God bless.